My name is Ken Oguss. I'm a storyteller and author of short fiction and flash fiction from Indianapolis. It's my pleasure to be here tonight with my Bloomington brothers and sisters. In the Fukushima prefecture of Japan, a man was coming back from a long journey on foot. And as he walked down the path, he looked up ahead and he saw a huge snake in the path. And so he stopped and began to look for cover somewhere. And as he watched, another traveler coming from the other direction approached and didn't see the snake. And he waved. And he waved. He said, "Snake!" And the fellow in the distance went, "Hi!" and kept coming. And the snake caught the other traveler, and as snakes will do, swallowed him whole. Now, snakes are normally long and thin, and when they eat something large, you can see it going down through their system. And there was indeed the shape of a full-grown man inside this snake. And the traveler thought, "Oh, this must be very uncomfortable. He's so full." But the snake wandered over to the side of the path. Niro, niro, zuru, zuru, niro, niro, zuru, zuru. And it stopped and it began to nibble at a strange-looking herb by the side of the road. And in just a few moments, that shape of a man and its body began to melt. And it went down to the normal size of the snake, and the snake was able to slither off very happily. Well, the man came out of hiding, and he walked up to the place where this had taken, and he thought, "Oh, this could be handy." And he reached down, he tore up some of the herb and stuck it in his pocket, and he continued home. And when he reached home, he was tired, he was hungry, and there was a noodle factory in his village, and they were having a contest. The sign said whoever could eat as many bowls of soba noodles and broth would not have to pay and would win a prize on top of it. There were already several men in the contest eating bowl after bowl of soba noodles and broth, one after another. The man thought, I am hungry, and I would love to win that prize, and I think I know how I can do it. So he said, I'd like to join the contest. And they brought out the first tray of soba bowls, and he began to eat one after another, and he'd eaten 10, and then 20. He was beginning to catch up with the people who had started before him, and now he was feeling painfully full. And he said, "Pardon me, I'm going to step into the next room for just a moment." And they, go ahead, but don't stay too long." He went into the next room, pulled the paper door closed, reached into his pocket for the herb. Minutes passed, and people out in the contest began to wonder, what happened to that last fellow? Where is he? And they went into the next room. It was quiet. They slid the door open, and there on the floor was a man's clothing, but heaped inside the middle of the pile of cloth was a great big pile of soba noodles, completely whole. Whoa! Now you see, what they didn't know was that herb doesn't dissolve just anything in your stomach. Why, the herb dissolves only human beings. Hiroku Fujita, a storyteller from Japan, shared this story with my sister, Fran Stallings, who is a professional storyteller out in Oklahoma. And they have toured both countries several years in a row. She said, "When I learned this story, I was listening to the farmers in the prefecture tell stories of common sense, and I thought it was a scary story then. But as an adult, and I realize the things that we assume, it is a much scarier story today. Hi.